Hey, can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, can I go to the bathroom?
You could leave school right now and never come back for all I care.
You may be wondering, why did I just show you my incredible acting skills right there? Well, it was to give you examples of the different types of teachers that every school has, including yours. First type of teacher we gotta talk about is one that still gives me goosebumps to this day. You know them, you love them. I'm talking about the baddie teacher. Every school had one. The teacher that made attendance mysteriously hit 100% even during flu season. The one where guys who hadn't raised their hand all year were suddenly volunteering to answer questions. The kids who couldn't even tell you what 2 + 2 was suddenly becoming scholars when this teacher walked into the room. And for me, my baddie teacher was Mrs. Rodriguez in English class. And listen, calling this teacher just a baddie doesn't even do it justice for how beautiful she was. And it wasn't just me that thought this. It was all the guys at our school. And because of that, when we were picking our classes, everyone would try to get in Mrs. Rodriguez's class. Not because of what she was teaching. To be honest, I don't even remember a single thing from that class. It was purely because she was 26 years old and looked like she should have been on a magazine cover instead of teaching us about Shakespeare. So of course, when I found out I got into that class, I was so excited. And the actual dynamic in that classroom was insane. Guys would show up 10 minutes early, which never happened for any other class. Like, I knew kids who were late to literally everything. Like, I'm talking, they were probably even late to their own birth. But when it came to this class, suddenly they discovered the concept of being on time. And whenever the teacher needed help with passing papers out, you know everyone raised their hand. I don't know what everyone's grades in that class were, but they must have been pretty great because I saw the same guys who would sleep through every other period suddenly raising their hands to discuss symbolism in the book To Kill a Mockingbird. Do you even know what that sentence I just said means? Me neither. That's how hard people were trying in this class. But not everyone liked this class. No, because the girls hated it. And I understood why. They had to sit there and watch every single guy in the room be a complete moron trying to impress someone they had zero chance with. My friend Sarah, who was in that class with me, once told us being in this classroom is like going to school with 20 golden retrievers who all just saw the same tennis ball. I didn't understand that at first, but now that I think about it, that was pretty clever. But just imagine how depressing it was when the school year ended and I had to say bye to Mrs. Rodriguez. It felt like getting a divorce. I mean, Mrs. Rodriguez, if you're watching this, I am old enough now, in case you want to go on a date or something. You know, I know you were teaching English, but let's be real. I'm pretty sure we both felt some chemistry between us, right? The worst part about this school year ending was that the next year after this, in my new English class, I went from having Mrs. Rodriguez as my English teacher to the next teacher that every school has, which is the creepy dude. Now, if the baddie teacher was every student's crush, the creep was every student's nightmare. Specifically, if you were a girl. We're gonna call my creepy teacher Mr. Peterson, because if I use his real last name, I'm afraid he might, I don't know, come to my house and kidnap me or something. I mean, he was a creep. But anyways, Mr. Peterson taught history. I don't know why I said he taught English. But looking back, I have no idea how this man kept his job. He was probably in his late 40s, but dressed like he was trying to fit in at a high school party. I'm talking tie-dye t-shirts, jeans that were way too tight, the whole thing. And he called students by nicknames that he made up himself that never caught on. It was almost as if mentally he was still the age of a high schooler. He had this thing where he'd try to be the cool teacher who related to teenage drama. He'd ask about school parties, who was dating who, everything. And at the time, some people thought it was cool that a teacher was interested in their lives, but there were these moments that even as a dumb teenager, you knew something was off. Like, he'd make comments about what girls were wearing, not directly to them, but he'd be like, which doesn't sound weird, until you realize that this was the tone he said it in. Oh, Sarah, that's a nice dress. Now, if you don't think I should be put in prison just after doing that interpretation, I don't know what to say. Some girls hated his class because of how creepy he was, but other girls loved it because, well, if you were a girl in his class, passing was way easier. I knew a girl who got a B+ on a terrible essay she wrote about the Revolutionary War, and the reason I know it's terrible is because the paper was supposed to be on the Cold War, but what grade did I get on that assignment? I got a C. Now, I'm not saying my essay was amazing, but I do know that I at least wrote it on the right war. The pattern was obvious to anyone paying attention. He'd do that thing where he's half sitting on students' desks while talking to the class, but only the girls' desks, and he'd make jokes that were just slightly too personal. There was this unspoken understanding among the girls in the school that you didn't want to be alone in Mr. Peterson's class. If he asked you to stay after, you'd bring a friend or make up an excuse why you can't. But here's the crazy part. So every school had a teacher like this, right? A little creepy, but only inside school. Like, once you